guys, the girl Jahlicia, and I'm back with another video. Today I am here with everyone's favorite and everyone requested story time. Now this story time is another one of those crazy weekend story times with my bestie Selena. Hey Selena. And I don't really know what I'm gonna call this one, but once I'm finished blabbing, I'll figure it out. Alright, now before I get started, this denim shirt is from Walmart, and these earrings are from my friend Ebony. On my lips is True Grit by Smashbox, my favorite boo, as you know. And my lashes is Kiss number 11, my new favorite lash. So let's really do this now. Now this particular story took place in Jacksonville. As I told you guys in a prior story time, I lived in Jacksonville when I first moved from St. Thomas in 1996. That's where I stayed, and I stayed there until about 2000. So a lot of crazy stuff happened to me while I was in Jacksonville. Crazy and fun. Now, that's where I met my bestie Selena. Hey girl, hey. And she was supposed to talk to me about this story so we can rehash, but yeah, I'm still waiting. So I'm going to go ahead and go off the dome and what I remember. This was the crazy weekend that we had to evacuate Jacksonville. Yes, evacuate Jacksonville because of Hurricane Floyd. Picture it, Jacksonville, 1998. It was either 98 or 99, I really can't remember. Now me and Selena were living off of the same apartment where the I saved my neighbor's life story time took place. We were still living there and we were roommates, so we were minding our own business, and all of a sudden Jacksonville had to be evacuated for Hurricane Floyd. Now it was me, Selena, and her son, but her son was spending the weekend at his grandmother already, so he wasn't with us, thank God. Okay, so me and Selena, first of all, I'm from St. Thomas and I've lived with hurricanes my whole life, so she wasn't worried, okay? I was not thinking about their evacuation. I was like, girl, bye, we about to chill, no work, you know, that's what I'm thinking, and she is on the same accord, like, ain't nobody thinking about it. And we hear them talking about evacuation for like 2 days now because this horrible hurricane is gonna hit Jacksonville. But I'm like, girl, bye, okay? Again, if you've lived in the Caribbean, you know hurricane scares happen all the time, okay? And a lot of times the one that you don't think is gonna do anything be the one that fuck up your island, okay? Sidebar. Been there, done that. If you're interested in the story time about how a hurricane is the reason why I graduated from high school, comment down below, because that's a whole nother situation. And whoo, thanks hurricane. But anyway, coming down to Friday, I don't remember if it was an actual weekend, but I'm gonna just put it up like that so I can follow along in my head. So like they had been talking about evacuation from Wednesday, and like I said, we was chilling and parlaying, okay? Nobody was thinking about that. Now Friday there was no work. We stayed home in our bed chilling, doing what roommates do, which is bullshitting around the house. And all of a sudden there was like breaking news everywhere that it was a, what's that word when they require you? There was an immediate evacuation of the entire city. I know the term isn't immediate evacuation, but I can't think right now what the actual term is when they say it's mandatory that you go, you don't have a choice. But that's what we were in. So Friday afternoon, we're like, what are we going to do about this situation? Now the extra funny part about this story time, and me and Selena has laughed about this for a long time, we both had cars. So how we end up in a car with another bitch and her family, I don't even remember, but that was crazy in itself, okay? But we left our cars and for whatever reason ended up in a car full of people following a car full of people. And here's the breakdown. My friend Tamikio, who was also in the I busted my ass at a house party story time. Hey Tamikio, she had a friend named Melissa. We're gonna call her Melissa. Okay? Because I forgot to hide her name, so hey Melissa. Melissa and her friend, I don't have time. Melissa and her friend Jody, and Jody's husband and Jody's kids and Jody's mama, her boyfriend, and somebody else were all already evacuating, and for whatever reason I was convinced to go with them, and I convinced Selena to go with them too. Super sidebar, Selena hated all those people, so I don't even understand why I put her in that situation. But wait, it gets horrible, and she really shouldn't be my friend after this. Sorry, Selena, because I know you're going to see this and be like, wait, I'm calling you. Anyway, I convinced her to go with me. So that's how we ended up in a car full of people following a car full of people. We were in the car with Melissa, Jody, Jody's daughter, I believe, me and Selena. So that's 5 of us in a small compact car. I'm going to put a picture of the car up here because I have no idea what kind of car it was. It's like one of those cars that's not a regular brand name, like a Daewoo something. Like, it was downhill shit to begin with, okay? And we really should have known better. No, wait. Jody's husband drove his own car, which was a Honda, with her mom and somebody else. And we were in Jody's car. So it was Melissa, Jody, me, and Selena in her car, okay? Like I said, I'm going off the top of my head. We gonna be alright. So we all in the car evacuating, okay? We both packed a bag and hit it because now we're not scared. We're more annoyed that now we have to do this. But there were 2 choices to evacuate. Go to Alabama or go, I believe, to Georgia somewhere. They were actually detouring people. The major highway in Jacksonville is 95. So on 95, the police literally had the highway squared off and were sending certain people to the left and certain people to the right. And it was a fight just to follow the car we were. Because the police was like, no ham, no ma'am, no motherfucking Pam. Okay, but we got through that. Did I mention it was bumper to bumper traffic because the entire city is being evacuated after 4 p.m. So while we're in bumper to bumper traffic, I mean literally drive up, stop. Drive up, stop. Drive up, stop. Were y'all annoyed? Good, because I was very much annoyed too. Now, as if that wasn't crazy enough, why the car in the back of us ram into us and we getting up in a car accident, further blocking the traffic? Yes, okay, but thank God it was a state of emergency, so the police just was like, look, transfer information and keep it moving. And luckily that person had progressive, so you know, we were taken care of. But it was ridiculous because Selena actually hurt her knee. Like, the person smacked the back of the car, okay, dented it all the way in. It was horrible, okay. 2 more hours in traffic behind that, so we was already over it. Okay, mind you, we don't know where we going because this is what, 1998, 99? Ain't no GPS, boo. TomTom, I don't even think was out. You could even buy the GPSs. So you were going based on the signs on the highway because, again, it was an emergency evacuation. That's what I couldn't think of. Emergency evacuation, so we had to go right then. There was no Googling, no directions. We possibly could have, but we didn't. Okay? So we're following the directions to Dothan, Alabama, because that was the hiding spot for Jacksonville people. That's where they were sending them to evacuate. Shout out to you. Hey, Dothan. Shout out to you if you live in Dothan, Alabama. But boo, trust me, this story gets worse. Alright, now we're driving. Mind you, I told you Selena hates these people, okay? So I'm in there trying to smooth and talk to everyone. She's back there with her arms folded looking out the window like, at this point, just get me there. Her knee is swelling up bigger and bigger, okay? We are down this dark highway and we're alone at this point because it's like country town. It was no longer the 95. We were on like side roads. And mind you, like I told you earlier, we're following another car. Okay? Now we're going down this road. We're driving. All of a sudden, the car starts like wobbling like this. We're like, what's going on? Melissa's driving and she is the epitome of what people say about women drivers. Why we notice the wobble, she just driving on. So I'm like, Melissa, the car's wobbling. She's like, girl, I do that sometimes. So we're like, okay. No one's thinking at this point, we did just get into a fucking wreck, right? So all of a sudden now the car starts smoking. And we can smell it and we're like, what's going on? We're still going down the highway 70 miles an hour. the car starts dying. Well, it didn't start dying. It died on the highway. So it went from 70 to immediately slowing down. It didn't, you know, the car don't brake. But it immediately cut off. Everything was cut. She couldn't really steer, and we just coasted. Now, mind you, we're on a side road to Dothan. We don't know where we are. So she guides the car over to the side of the road, and it's smoking, and it's sputtering because it's dead. She gets it to the side, and where we had to pull over, it was really thick grass. So we pull over to the side of the road, and we're in the car like, what are we gonna do? We're frantic now because it's pitch black, because the car we're following do not stop, okay? They keep hitting it. We're dead behind there, and no one has a phone to call them. I think we actually had a phone, but they didn't have a phone in the car, which, that's a whole nother story. We couldn't call them. We couldn't call nobody. So the cars died. We're in there all looking at each other with this look like, what the fuck are we gonna do? The car is steady smoking. How about that bitch caught on fire? Yes! I'm in the front seat. Melissa's in the driver's seat. Selena behind me. Jody behind her. The fucking engine bursts into flames and flings the freaking hood up. Bam! And flames everywhere, okay? It didn't explode, but flames blew out. Imagine sitting in a car and that happens. Everyone got out their doors and ran, except Selena. Her door was jammed because the accident bent her door and she could not get out. So everyone took off running. I did not run because that's my friend. I ran, but she said, I can't get out. I fucking heard her. I turned back around. Everyone's gone. And she's shaking. I'm pulling. She's shaking. The car's on fire, okay? She's shaking. I'm pulling. I jump through the front passenger side. She kicks the door. The door flies open. She jumps out. Her knee is bummed, so she like tops, and I'm pulling her and dragging her, and we start hitting it. I'm talking about clearing away from the car through this thick grass. In the pitch black, all we can see is black smoke and freaking fire. That's the only light there is. So we run. Melissa and Jody, by the way, never came back, okay? So we don't fuck with them bitches. Anyway, so we running. We're panicked. We see a light, like there's a yard and there's a light at the front, okay? We see that. I'm like, yo, let's run to the light. We're gonna knock on somebody's door. We start running up this driveway. It was a long, dusty, hidden driveway. We start running up to the light. Like, we don't know what, all we can see is the light. We run to the light. Tell me why it's a goddamn graveyard. We run. I said, it's a graveyard, bitch. I had turned back around, ran the fuck back to the street, and everyone followed me, I swear to God. We were screaming so loud. Selena tried to act like she's a thug. She was screaming too. Okay, we were hysterically screaming and running. Me and Selena like this with our arm linked, running together because we're besties for life. Fuck them other two hoes at this point. So we running back up the road, opposite direction of the car now, and we're like, help, help. I can laugh now because we're safe, but we were desperate ass people out there. When I tell you, a rapist could have picked us up. We would have jumped in his car willingly and did whatever he wanted us to do to get out of there. That's how bad it was. Sidebar, the only person gonna catch this shade is Selena, but we had Melissa with us, so she would have did anything he asked for. Anyway, so we're sitting on the ground, literally by the grass, like we're just so overwhelmed. I'm crying. I'm like, cause I'm super fat at this point. So running, like that was probably the first running I had did since I've been to Jacksonville in 1996. Okay, so a bitch was like, help, acting a fool, honey. God was with us that night. Because apparently at some point Jody's boyfriend realized, hey, the car ain't behind me no more. And like a white horse in the night, and he wasn't, because he was a huge piece of shit that we couldn't stand. But at that moment, like a white horse in the night, honey, that Honda came over the hill with the lights, came through the grass, and came right up on us. Okay? Woo! We felt as if we were rescued by Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Hero, bitch. Okay, we were happy. Except for the fact that we didn't think about it's 4 more people in an already packed Honda. So you know, I'm sure they had conversations about leaving me and Selena, but no bitch, no ma'am, no God, not on today. We will steal your car, because they tried to have us like, y'all can wait in the car for the tow truck. Bitch, where in the pitch black? You gonna stay in your burnt up car and we're going. Bitch, me and Selena were the first 2 people in the Honda. Bitch, when I tell you we was packed in there like sardines, Selena laid over the people in the back seat because her knee was already hurt and she couldn't bend it. It was horrible. I was fat, so I took up the most space and I didn't care. But you think the mama, who was quite slim, was like, get in the front? No. She was like, oh well, so we packed in the back and kept on going to Dothan. Yes! Yes, it's not over. Yo, I've been through some shit, yo. It's funny as hell. Like, I want to hysterically laugh through this, but it's because I'm safe. At the moment, it wasn't funny at fucking all. Okay, I need you to know that. Alright, so we keep going on the way to Dalton. Selena's literally laying. I thank God she was always a little thing. She's like 5'2". Child, she was petite, so thank God. I mean, she wasn't killing me, but we wasn't comfortable, but we were thankful to be in a car, and a car that wasn't on flames. Okay, so we keep going to Dothan. When we finally get, because there's big signs they had put up, you know, evacuees, blah blah blah. When we get to Dothan, it's like 5 in the morning, probably 4, real pitch black. We are tired. We done been through all this shit. Bitch, tell me why the evacuation site was a goddamn high school gym. I'm gonna just take a moment for y'all to fucking sink in. Bitch, the evacuation place that they had us drive all this way was a gym. Okay? A literal gym. We slept on bleachers that night. Selena with a bum knee. And they had some nuns in there and they were giving out blankets or whatnot, but they wasn't giving out beds. It was a bunch of people in there. But honey, the bleachers. Okay, me and Selena woke up in about 2 hours because it was completely uncomfortable. Okay, we had a little powwow because we are the type of besties. We will eye to each other. We can look each other's eyes and be like, okay. We had a powwow, and right then and there we knew this was not going to be our life. So what we did was we said, hey Melissa, hey Jody. We woke them up. We're going over to the hotel. Do y'all want to go? Hey, there they go. I ain't going to no hotel and spend no money. I ain't doing that. Me and Selena gave each other the eyes and say, okay, come get us when you guys are ready to go home. Bitch, we went right over there in the dark, knocked on them people's good door, and was like, we would like a room. Honey, tell me why the only suite left was the honeymoon suite. I'm talking heart-shaped jacuzzi, heart bed, roses, rose champagne. Bitch, when I tell you we said, we'll take it, okay? Correct. And me and my bestie Selena had a wonderful 2 nights in a honeymoon suite at what I'm pretty sure was Dalton's version of the Motel 6. Now I know what you're thinking. Gross. I also thought gross. But she went on to the front office, got her some cleaning supplies. We scrubbed out everything that could be scrubbed. We cleaned it real nice. Honey, we got into our bras and panties, filled up that jacuzzi with the bubbling suds and the champagne, honey, and we were in that jacuzzi in our room because it was right next to the bed, watching television in a hot tub in our panties and bra, sipping champagne. Yes, we were. As if we was 2 lesbian lovers, honey. Yes, okay? We went, got food around the area. The entire 2 nights, they slept in the gym. We slept in our honeymoon suite. I promise you, we bathed with hard soaps and everything. That bed was comfortable. Based on the fact that we had stepped on the bleachers like 2 or 3 hours, It was amazing. So when it was time to go home, by then Jody had already called her insurance company and she had gotten a rental car. So we drove right back home and they came home and they dropped us off. We could care less what happened with her car, her situation. We was pissed. And again, now that you heard that whole story, why the fuck did we not drive our own cars? We both had our own personal car. We weren't even sharing one. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But that was what happened to us when we evacuated from Hurricane Floyd. And I have to tell you guys this because this is the PS de resistance, okay? You ready? They evacuated Jacksonville and Hurricane Floyd didn't even come. Hurricane Floyd, I think, either went off into the ocean or was like a tropical storm by the time it got to Jacksonville and did absolutely nothing. Did absolutely nothing. We had to leave our apartment. Like the police was knocking on our apartment like, you have to be gone. Literally. And our cars was in the driveway and we went through all of this and not a goddamn thing happened. We were happy to be home. But imagine how we felt. So thank God the person who hit Jody's car had Progressive Insurance. And well, the next week I had a check. Selena actually had to go to physical therapy because I totally said my neck, my back, and I got a check for like $1,000. Selena had to go to physical therapy, but that paid off because she got a bigger check. But she was actually hurt. And we could have stayed home. We had weed, liquor, food, all in our apartment. We go out here with none of the above. And the best thing about that is that we stayed at the honeymoon suite and had a grand time. Okay? This, ladies and gentlemen, is my life. Nice to meet you. Oh my God, this is my life. I completely forgot about this until I asked on Facebook and Selena said, girl, remember that time? I said, oh my God, I do. So yeah, that was my story time. I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys. Any questions, concerns, you already know. Hit your girl down below. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.